No one wants to face a claim rejection, but sometimes what looks like a simple hospital claim can easily go into days of doubt for a family. Policy clauses get quoted, dates are questioned, and approvals hang in balance. But every detail has a story, and it's in the small details that tough claims are either lost or won. Folks, I'm Shashank and you're watching Ditto Insurance. I come to you today with a case that we handled recently where we escalated to the insurer not once, not twice, but thrice. And we didn't stop there. As I've mentioned, when you get a policy through Ditto, we not only help you purchase the right one, but also stand with you strongly during claims. The story begins with a client who urgently needed surgery for shoulder dislocation. He wanted to go for a cashless treatment. That's where the hospital directly gets approval from the insurer and the patient doesn't have to pay anything upfront. To enable this, you need something called as a pre-authorization request, commonly also known as pre-auth. It's the insurer's way of saying, okay, based on the documents that you've shared, we agree to pay for the treatment under your policy. The pre-auth was submitted and within 3 hours, it was rejected. Now, we wondered what the reason was. The insurer said the duration of the condition is not clear. We suspect that it could be a pre-existing condition, so this is not payable. We thought, okay, maybe something was missed. We resubmitted everything. Again, what happened? Denied. And the reason was the same automated response. Now, for context, this was a new policy, and for insurers, that's a red flag. Do you know why? Because if a condition looks like it existed before the policy began, they're allowed to deny it under waiting period clauses, especially in the first few months. But our client had already told us the injury happened barely a month ago. So we knew that something was not adding up. So we reached out to the insurance team to dig deeper. After half a day, they responded saying the condition might be pre-existing. The chronicity cannot be established. Now, this is where most people would stop. 2 rejections, 1 investigation, and a surgery that's hanging in balance. But we weren't done. We went back, looked at every line of the document, and something caught our eye. In one call, weeks before the surgery, the client had mentioned a shoulder injury, but the date didn't match. The self-declaration form said the injury occurred on 10th August. But during a consultation call dated 21st July, he spoke about an accident that happened on 20th July. This discrepancy in date could crush the case. If the injury predated the policy, the rejection would stand. So we called the client, carefully laid out the concern, and he said, "Oh, sir, that was actually my left shoulder. This one is different. Right shoulder, different accident." Now, it was an honest confusion, but in insurance, specificity is everything. Dates, which side, the timeline, each of them matters. And we didn't rush to forward this to the insurer. We first cleaned up our own understanding because once escalated, there's no going back. We asked for complete consultation papers, not just a prescription. Because when you're trying to prove something isn't pre-existing, the paper trail matters a lot. The more paper you have to prove your version, the stronger your claim stands. Now, at the same time, an investigation was triggered by the insurer. That's a formal audit of the claim, and it usually stretches the process by 24 to 48 hours. But while that ran its course in the background, we kept pushing. Emails, calls, internal escalations. We looped in the senior medical officers at the insurer's end as well. We kept the hospital informed, and more importantly, we kept the client in the loop at every single step. 2.5 days were over, 3 denials, and there were endless calls. And finally, the mail landed. Pre-auth was approved, cashless surgery greenlit, and no delays, no out-of-pocket expenses. And when the client was discharged 6 days later, the full claim was settled without any deductions, without any extra documentation, and no surprises. So folks, this is what a win looks like, not because we did something magical, but because we didn't give up. Because when you have a team that knows how insurers think, how claims are read, and how to spot red flags before the insurer does, you don't just fight back, you win. We can't name the insurer here, that's not the point, but the client left us a heartfelt review, and in moments like this, we're reminded why we built Ditto's claim team in the first place, to be the backup that your family deserves when everything else feels stuck. Alright folks, I will see you in the next claim story, and until then, stay safe and happy insurance hunting.